Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thunderous Logan here, and it's the 7th episode of the ThunderousTherapist series. As always, I highly recommend watching the previous episodes if you have not yet already, so that you're all caught up. But without further ado, let's get to the questions. So for the first question for this episode, it reads as follows. I want to break up with my girlfriend because right now I don't think I want to be in a relationship at this time anymore. But my girlfriend has really bad mental health, and so if I do break up with her, I don't want her to do something she'll regret or make stuff awkward in school. Well, as he said, if you don't want to be in a relationship anymore, whether it's because you don't think she's right for you, or if you think it's taking too much of a toll on your well-being, then I would tell her that. Whatever the reason is, be honest and straight up with her that you're doing what you think will benefit your well-being, and also assure her that there's someone out there who will work out better for her, and advise her to be patient regarding that. Now, if you're worried about her mental health and her doing something she'll regret as a result of the breakup, well, first off, you can't control what she does, but if you want to help her with this concern, I would let her know that if she were to do something she'll regret, it will only make matters worse for her and not fix any issues she has. I would suggest to her that she speaks to someone close and trustworthy so they can comfort her and give her good advice on whatever is negatively affecting her, as I'm sure that person knows her very well. As having matters be awkward in school, I assume that you will see her in school all the time, whether it'll be in the hallways or in the classrooms. That's something you just have to adapt to over time, knowing that you both exist there, but mutually respecting each other by not interacting with each other if the breakup results in you two getting on bad terms. And if she does become a nuisance in school, then don't be afraid to report to the school staff. I hope this all goes well for you both, and I hope my advice helps somehow. Okay, so moving on to question 2, which actually also includes the person's name as I stated it. It reads as follows. What inspired you to do YouTube and what motivated you to never give up? By Marcus. There wasn't anything or anyone in particular that motivated me to start my own YouTube channel, but I had to observe other creators and want to try out being a YouTube creator myself. YouTube originally was going to be something I do on the side during my spare time, but now I take it much more seriously than I ever had firstly anticipated. Now, as for motivation never giving up, motivation comes and goes, usually according to your mental state and if you're actually enjoying what you're pursuing. In the case of being a YouTube creator, you first need to know if creating and uploading videos on YouTube is generally enjoyable for you. And if it is, then keep at it. Even if you experience dreadful people who will stop at nothing and sabotage your YouTube career and make it seem like such an atrocious person. It's actually a pretty simple solution to this, and that's to focus on those who care about you, because it's impossible to be appealing to everyone. I'm not saying to completely ignore any criticism others have towards you, as that might actually be helpful to improve your work, but if someone's intention trying to be a nuisance, then ignore it to show them that you don't care and that you're a strong person who won't give up. This is what I formulated to do for myself, and it's worked out great, even though there's a fair amount of people out there who have a vendetta against me or feel bitterness towards me for whatever reason. But like I said, I'll continue to focus on all of you that care and enjoy my content, and I thank all of you that do. Okay, so moving on to the third question for this episode, who is also written by Marcus, or maybe another Marcus, I don't know, but it reads as follows. What is the easiest way to get yourself out of drama, because I deal with drama a lot at school? By Marcus. I've been in countless feud fiascos throughout my life, and for me personally, the best strategy I've used is actually simpler than you think. You want to try resolving the issue and attempting to keep the peace rather than escalating the situation and initiating a vendetta against someone or a community. Some of you may have heard the saying, but you get more flies with honey than with vinegar. And the saying is implying that you'll get more desirable results from other people if you're nice and polite rather than mean and demanding. I'm sure you'll be much more willing to cooperate with someone who is kind rather than rude. So with all that being said, try to remain as calm and as nice as possible even if the other party involved continues to act irate. But if that comes to no prevail, then don't hesitate to dissociate with said people and report them to the proper personnel if necessary. Okay, moving on to question 4, which is a pretty lengthy one, so bear with me here. It reads as follows. So I have this friend who I met in 8th grade, and I think we're pretty good friends at the moment. We've known each other for about 2 years. I want to stay friends with him. However, sometimes he's really critical about stuff. Specifically things about me, such as clothing, hairstyle, and pretty much anything else. I still think of him as a good friend. We work on homework together, talk whenever we can, but sometimes he just really pisses me off. I feel like I don't know what to do because I consider us to be really good friends, but he's always so judgmental about things. Sometimes I ask him, why are you so judgmental? And he would say something like, I'm just trying to help you. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I honestly think he's trying to help me and give me legit advice, but he executes it in a horrible way. I just want to know what I should do about this, because I think he can be a really good friend, but sometimes he just really makes me want to yell at him. It seems like this friend of yours isn't exactly trying to help you as he claims, but rather helping you follow his own traditional standards. He probably grew up thinking that certain aspects, for example, clothing and hairstyle, as that's the example he also gave, should make a certain impression. He was likely influenced, most likely by his parents telling him how certain aspects of appearance, behavior, and social standards should be. I too would give him the benefit of the doubt, taking everything I said into consideration here. He has the right to these opinions, and can think however he desires about you or anything else, but should also respect your own opinions and desires. He probably genuinely thinks he's trying to help you because he grew up thinking his standards is a surefire way of executing things, but needs to understand that everyone is different, has their own standards, and their own way of interpreting things. I'll explain all this to him, and hopefully he'll then be able to understand your point of view better whenever he acts the way towards you. I hope I was able to help, and I hope this friendship improves for the both of you. Okay, so moving on to question 5. It reads as follows. Did you ever think you would have the community you have now? When I first created my YouTube channel, I thought it would be a hobby that I can do on the side during my spare time. But out of pure luck and perseverance, I had established my own community that clearly isn't the largest YouTube community out there. But no matter what the scale of the community is, to me it's indispensable to have a loyal and caring community rather than a community you develop by only considering your own ego and popularity. A perfect example of this analogy is frequently conducting giveaways to obtain viewers. But then when matters get difficult or you run out of things to give away, you'll discover the repercussions rather quickly when your viewers impromptu deplete because they only care about the giveaways and not you. And I've taken precautions to avoid this exact situation from happening by producing content that is reasonable between what both me and my viewers like. And also showing a lot of appreciation and care to my viewers because without them, my channel wouldn't be where it is today. And if matters got difficult for me, I think it would be logical for my viewers to show mutual care and support me during an unpleasant time as a result of me showing my tremendous appreciation for my viewers. I really do appreciate all of you, and I feel very grateful to have such an outstanding community by my side. So in short, no. I never thought I had such a phenomenal community that I have now. Okay, so moving on to question 6, which is also the last question in this episode. It reads as follows. I had this one friend in school who's always acted weird. He makes weird sounds as well. I ask for him to stop, but he won't listen. What should I do in this? It seems like that your friend here might not realize he's doing anything wrong, nor do I think he's intentionally trying to irritate you. I would delightfully explain to him that these actions of his are causing you to feel uneasy and uncomfortable, or whatever about it is unpleasant to you. I'd say the best way for him to understand your point of view better is to ask how he would feel if he constantly did something that made him feel uneasy. If he continues to persist in his actions, however, it's really up to you what ensuing action you want to take, as you need to use your own judgment to determine what will be best for you. But also consider that you can't control how your friend acts, nor show you how to change how he is as a person. I do hope I was able to help somehow, and I hope that both of you can negotiate some sort of mutual respect for each other, like, for example, your friend only acting that way when you aren't around, or whatever negotiation you agree upon. So that's going to be it for this ThunderousTherapist episode. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you enjoyed. I should have another episode out at some point, but until then, I will see you on the next video.